Okay, so we are back, and I know I sound very frustrated because this game, I mean, and in all honesty, it's it's hard because when you look at it, I don't even want to hear this. Um, the, I mean, we've won nine straight. What do I have to be annoyed about? But I am. This game just, I don't know, it just annoys me to no end sometimes. So I sit here and I'm just basically waiting for the shoe to drop, right? I mean, so right now it's all tied, right? Let's get in here. Let's take a look at, as soon as we get, we'll look at the stats here and see exactly what's going on. Mm. All right, let's look at the stats. All right, 7 to 10, 197 to 168. They're not running it. We're not running it. We did score a rushing touchdown, though. They're passing all over us because we can't. And of course, we turned the ball over. Oh, God, I tell you. Okay, so Kevin Morrison, 17-yard pass. A.J. Brown, we can't stop him. Johnny Stapleton, rookie no name guy. I don't even know if he's a rookie, just no name. Never heard his name before. And then Trey Lance with a 5 yard run. Okay. Player stats. Wait. Oh, we intercepted them. I thought that was us. I was like, figures. And we still couldn't capitalize. And it's tied. And of course, right here. Barkley, though. hmm Dallas Goddard always kills us. Devontae Smith always kills us. It's just a matter of getting AJ Brown into the mix now. Ferguson, thank goodness for Ferguson right now. Morrison, okay. Where's my other guy? Where's Wilbin? Did he not show up? Did he miss the plane? Mozzie with the sack. TFLs. So Milton Williams, Mozzie, and Leofau. God dang it. Jalen Carter just killing us. Jordan Davis scares me. He used to scare me more than Carter, but Carter actually scares the crap out of me now. So those two on the same defensive line. I got to be honest with you though, I don't really see Jordan Davis as a nose tackle. You can make the argument all you want. He's 6'6", he's 336, but he runs a 4'7" or 4'6" something 40. Okay, and I just don't know that he's as stout, as you would want him to be as a nose tackle, right? I think the Eagles don't know what type of defense they want to run, and Jalen Carter, yeah, right. I think you got these two right here. I would seriously, I either one on my team would be both would be three techniques. I would not even have him as a one. right? I would still want a stout one technique right alongside Jordan Davis. Let him use his speed. Let him use that, speed and size combination. He reminds me more of Jordan Phillips, that type of player, right? Very good against the pass, you know, and and stout, but not your nose tackle. Just not a nose tackle. And this guy's just scary. Uh, so Mozzie, thank goodness for him. Diggs, thank goodness for him. So you know what we got to do right now? We got to look to see what our boy. We just went by him. When we started discussing this before, it was against the Eagles, and his stat line looked exactly the same as this. Donuts. Donuts. I'm at a loss for words. I just don't know. I don't know. And then, oh my God, and I forgot to set the goals. I don't know. I don't know. Here, we're gonna make his job even harder. All right, Banks, you're a slot guy. Clark, we are gonna substitute you out. Mozzie, you are yep, and then yep, Nealon, we're gonna put you here. Parsons, I don't know what to do with you, man. Don't know what to do with you. And it's sad. It is extremely sad that we've gotten to this point where you are just the biggest disappointment, period. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. Um, I just got a wrong one. I gotta check here. I want to see. Nope, he's not injured. So yeah, doesn't make any sense why. Well, they got him locked down. Well, they can lock down our receivers. We just can't lock down theirs.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Watch this.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went back.
Well, that's because whoever Tyler Smith can't hold a block.
I think it's pretty evident we can see the difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped
Or poor run blocking.
They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation.
I don't know that you ran the perfect defense. I just think, well, yeah, you probably did, because any defense you run is going to be the perfect defense because
you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
Because
to each defender, ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Morrison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before
I ran out of bounds because I didn't want to take the hit. I didn't want to take the hit because I don't trust Madden not to make him fumble.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders get called watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it because
I can safely say that this game has been I know, and then I just feel hypocritical because they won 9 games in a row. We've already gone in. That was me. I didn't realize the time was gone. I don't know how it went that quick, but okay. It didn't take me long to choose to play.
Starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Okay, let's try this again.
Different challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay.
So yeah, I feel hypocritical because it's not like we're having success or anything. It just feels like we're having success against all odds.
Back to throw. Lance.
Are you freaking kidding me?
This the second meeting between these two division rivals. Recall they met earlier in the year. Visitors getting the win there, so they'll be
that just does. I don't. When I see that play and see the leaping ability there, it just doesn't set right with me. It's like you can't throw the ball above his hand. You can't get it up and over better than that.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I just threw it.
Dependable safety valve.
All right.
Games they went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep.
Where the heck was that ball going, man? And why wasn't any of there's 2 receivers there back there with him. Neither one made a play to tackle him. I wasn't in control of you.
Going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up.
Okay, he can't throw on the run because that ball went way off base.
This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this whole.
All right. Actually, I'm going to get out of this real quick, and then we're going to.
He's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. He dumps it off to Barkley.
Nice, Clark. Good job, man. 1-on-1 with Barkley. That is insane. Good job, man. All right, wait. I keep going the wrong way on that one. All right. I don't know what the numbers should be here, but I don't trust default. I don't trust Madden anything, to tell you the truth. Right? But we're going to go back and we're going to see how this plays out right now.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That one's taken in by Spears. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Just our guys are blanketed. Their guys run free.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's still, and then I guess the key right now, and then I'm in a bad mood because I tried to mod on Starfield and it didn't work. It wasted my time. Just completely the stupidest mod I've ever seen in my entire life. It was supposed to be like a new game, not a new game plus, but a alternate start mod, and it starts you in a room, closed in. It was the dumbest thing ever. And then watching Micah trailing on the play here, and then coming in here and just knowing you have to tweak down the gameplay slider so much for the CPU, and then even then, it still makes little difference, right? The game is so broken, and I really am saying now, the defense, the defense here is so broken.
Up front as penalty markers come in.
I'm going to turn that back down. And then it bugs me because nothing I hate more than to see the stupid encroachment play, right? but you have to you turn up the offsides in order to get a pass rush and penetration by the defensive line. It isn't really working that well, but thank God for Diggs. Thank God for Diggs. But this is what you got to do. If it wasn't for Diggs just being like the most incredible ball hawk ever,
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon.
but you see right there, he was just in right in position, and he's got great hands. It wasn't that he was coming out of nowhere and then boom, he's got the ball all of a sudden. I'm just like, and then so here we go. So do you really want to listen to me whine and complain the whole time? And then so one thought that I had, and it's like I'm sitting here going like, do I really want to keep this going? That's where I'm at. It's like I just don't want to play this game way in this state. I don't want to have to. I don't want to tweak down the gameplay sliders so bad that, and we're tweaking them down, but we don't really know what it's doing in the game. We don't know for sure. It's not 100% proven fact. We just think this is what's happening here. Look, he can't even get. You see that right there? He couldn't even get off of his.
They're extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Oh my God! I'm ready to just turn the game off. I really am. And that is not the type of game that I like to play. I one thing I don't like is being frustrated and annoyed. And this game frustrates and annoys me more than anything. So that is the feeling that I have more so than the fun excitement things.
You consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
Fix your damn game, man.
No doubt about that at all.
Excuse my language.
I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
I had to throw it there. I need new. We will have a quarterback battle next training camp. That is for certain. Trey Lance is not the way to go.
When they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little.
Not saying that I actually truly miss Dak. Gotta be honest with you, I don't. But Trey Lance was not the way to go.
Now Lance again. That's into the hands of Tolbert. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So, if you're wondering, am I a Dak fan? Kind of. I'm not a Dak hater in a sense, but I'm not like 100% total fan. But I think it's mainly because I don't like the greed, right? And but that's true with every player, that I don't like the greed. And once I see the greed, I'm not a fan of yours anymore. I just don't. So it's like I don't know. And then I will not, and I know no one will ever convince me that $60 million for a quarterback, $40 million for a quarterback is okay to pay. You'll never convince me of that. And why? Because You have 53 people on the team, players on the team. Obviously, everybody has different significance and importance on the team, right? And certain are you freaking kidding me, Lance?
Okay, let's
That
let's decide here. He was open, right?
that
He was strong enough. He was
inaccuracy
open enough that if you're an NFL
bugs
quarterback,
the heck out of me, especially when the CPU does not do the same.
yeah, he missed that one. He
Oh
missed
my
it in a
God,
big way.
he missed it bad. And then so the Cowboys, Jerry Jones is an ass. He is. Um, and yeah, this is coming from a Cowboys fan of 40 plus years. Yes, he sucks because he's so arrogant about his deal making. And I think I've said this before. He's only made really one good deal,
Nothing to it
and
but
that
to
was in
run.
buying the Cowboys. That turned out great for him. But you signed Dak 2 years too late, and you paid him what you overpaid at the time. Don't tell him, and then you can sit up there with a smug look on your face and saying we paid exactly what we wanted to pay. No, you signed him 2 years too late. You had a chance, and now when you finally did sign him, you paid top dollars, and then you had to give him a short contract so that he could get back in the market and get more money sooner. And that's what you're arguing over right now. He wants another short contract so he can get back out there in the market and get money sooner, more money sooner. That's the greed I'm talking about. Seriously, man.
I think that's about as good a 3 yard run as you're gonna see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair
Here's
to
the
it.
thing. Everybody's about getting that bag and getting as much money as you can and milking it and everything like that. But the money that you make playing football is life changing. Even guys that are making only 1 or 2 million a year. $1 or $2 million is life changing.
Is that
$2 million is 20 years salary at $100,000 a year.
defensive tackle? Because we always look at the athleticism of the guy who
$2 million.
just beat him. 20 is
20
athletic to try and
is
block for him.
10 times
But in
that.
this case,
10 times 20 is what?
two
200 years at 100,000. 100,000 doesn't go where it used to go, but it's still a decent fair amount of money. Okay, let's say $250,000. 250,000 is a pretty good salary to live off of, right? $2 million is 8 years of that salary. 2 million. 20 million is 80 years of that salary. What the F do you need 60 for? You know what I'm saying? And that tells me you are so materialistic and greedy that you just want more and more and more. Don't tell me so you can take care of your kids, because that's a smack in the face to anybody out there making six figures or even less taking care of their kids. Because you're saying, because we don't make that much, we're not taking care of our kids. Are you freaking serious right there?
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the
That
Eagles in good position to
that was awful. Two things, right? He was supposed to cut across the guy's face and get free. But the fact is, he got held up right there by Devin White, and Devin White muscled in front of him. I'm like, where's the interference? Well, you know why there's no interference? Because you had to freaking turn it all the way down and get in order to get coverage, pass coverage by your defense. So there is no pass interference at this point. Oh God, Madden, fix your effing game.
on third down. Here's Spears.
So again, yeah. So am I a Dak fan? Not like I used to be. Like I said, it at some point, especially when over time, you just get tired of everybody just out for themselves And that's the other thing. You're out for yourself. The salary cap is X amount of dollars, and you want 30% of it. 30%. So you're saying, F you, rest of the team. I deserve the biggest chunk of it, and you just suffer and get whatever you get. That to me, that's selfish. That is 100% greedy and selfish. So, yeah, you never can convince me that anybody deserves 30, 20, 30, even 15% of the cap. Divide, and again, I'll concede a larger portion to the quarterback than the other people get. But seriously, everybody, like I said, it's just greed now these days. And then I understand. You can make the argument that the owners make X amount of dollars. Well, they make that because they own the team. It's the position they're in. You know what I'm saying? Figure out a way to make them give up more. But that's not how they are. They're greedy too. There's no art, and then nobody will argue about that. Nobody will argue that no, they're not greedy. They absolutely are. Greedy, selfish, all those things. Why am I not running right now? Because I can't. So I'm going to get off my soapbox and stop ranting about the greed. But so if you ask me, am I a Dak fan? Eh, somewhat. I'm a Dak fan because he plays for the Cowboys. Right? Um, so that makes me a fan of pretty much anyone that's playing for the Cowboys. Do I want to pay him $60 million when it comes time? No. Well, what choice do you have?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle they go.
You know what it reminds me of? I remember I don't know if I told this one already. My wife, she's a Seahawks fan, and back when Russell signed his first contract, 22 million a year, right after his rookie, um, I told her, I said, Seahawks are never going back to the Super Bowl, and they're never going to be as good as they were when they did win the Super Bowl. And she's like, no. I was like, no. I told her, I said, I'm disappointed in Russ. I was. I said because I thought he was smarter than other guys, and I thought winning the Super Bowl especially, was important to him. And I will say this: when you start asking and taking that kind of money, and then even then, is not the same as what we got today, but the salary cap was much smaller. You are making a clear statement, and this is okay. I just Lance's arm is not as strong as I think it is, and that's what the problem is. But and then not to use his arm strength, Madden strength, but he's a 91 throw power. The fact that he's not getting anything on it concerns me.
Now a handoff up the middle. And tough sledding.
I can't make the argument that White isn't that White gets all over the place. He's fast. He's a good linebacker. It's just he's there and on every play, and that's just not the way it goes. It's like Micah's faster. He's not there every play.
The Cowboys on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. In motion, that's Tolbert. Throwing now is Lance.
Dang it.
And down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So
And they stretch it
yeah,
out to 6. It's 20 to 14.
so I was telling her, I was like, yeah, they're never gonna win again, and she was like, why not? I said, well, because they won't be able to field the same team year in year out, and that is an accepted thing in the National Football League now. It's you got to pay the good players, and when you do, you got to use scrubs and or not so good players. You got to complement them with players that aren't as good and but are affordable. And it's like, yeah. So you when you looked at like the Legion of Boom and that team, they had good players everywhere. And slowly but surely, all those players had to go because they couldn't pay them all. And that's the dynamic on every team. It's like, well, you got to recruit, not recruit, but draft well and replace them. I'm like, yeah, but you get to the point at some point where one or two players are making so much money, you can't bring, you know what I mean? You just can't overcome it. And then right now, with Dak, once he's making 60 and CD making 35, I don't think you can pay Micah. And then once you're paying those three, who else you got? You got nobody left after that. Micah's going to get 25, somewhere between 25 to 30, right? He's going to want to push 30 because he's going to want to be the highest paid defensive player. And once you're there, you got nothing left for anybody else. You are hoping real quick that salary cap is going up exponentially and not just 10 million a year or something like that.
Now Lance. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football.
We're not able to run, so why wouldn't I?
Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up.
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Of course, of course. Shortest linebacker in the league, and he's skying up there to knock the ball away. And he's not the shortest linebacker in the league. One of them.
They needed a play to help turn things around a little bit. Ball's in the air. Can they rally to it and get it? On that play, they weren't able to. They'll take the ball batted away. But boy, they missed a big chance there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
So again, why do I hate this game so much? We're winning. Oh, so yeah, to that point, right? So yeah, I take the team goes, they win the Super Bowl the first year, right? But it's the Cowboys. You know what I mean? It's like it didn't take a lot of it wasn't a Herculean effort on my part for them to win, right? Um
Going to try to throw for this. And this one incomplete.
mm,
So they went for the two.
but
Get it.
and then they are on the verge, not there yet, but on the verge of winning their 10th straight. And why do I hate this game so much? It's not like I'm losing, you know. But my I guess my issue is really is this, right? It's the frustration of it, right? How frustrated am I at every time out? I'm not happy with just the win, right? I want it to be clean. I want it, we can go back and forth, but it has to be like good plays, not Madden plays, right? Just things that should never have happened. They just no that shouldn't have happened. No, no, he shouldn't have got away with that. No. And then look at what we got here now, right? Dallas Goddard normally would not drop the pass like that. But you have to tune it down. Like I said, you have to turn these settings down in order to make it to have a chance. And now you get little stupid drops like that just don't normally happen like that. So, or you get that interception that was clearly, he impeded the progress of the receiver, but since everything's turned down, there is no pass interference, or very rare. And then you have offsides that happens way more than it used to because you can't get a pass rush without turning offsides, basically turning off offsides. Micah, welcome to the league. Welcome back. You do have to earn the right to rush the passer, but yes, now look at that. Look at that. When was the last time you seen that turned on for Micah right there? The X Factor. Well, at least our guys can sky up there too. Except he's 6'3". Devin White's what? 5'11". Come on, Micah. Show me something. Oh, I thought they got it. Wow. I thought they got the first down. That's crazy. Watch. Our left tackle is not going to hold his block. Up, up.
He'll take this to the 46.
Yes.
From the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this league.
I don't agree with that. I don't think that's good push.
That's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Lance looking to throw it.
Oh my goodness.
Able to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
All right.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a third.
Maybe Tolbert here.
And Lance now to throw.
I just had to throw it away.
Complete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Yeah, let's do it.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempt it from that distance, CD, let alone...
I don't even think that's his longest this year. I think 64 is his longest. And then he just kick in preseason, 66?
Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see
there you go. Oh, okay. At least it wasn't that shoulder thing. That shoulder thing still irks me.
And they keep putting it through the posts.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Who's on AJ? No, AJ's not in. Who's on Devontae Smith? See, his reset.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And seriously, he was running wide open. I don't know why they're showing us Diggs. Diggs wasn't on him. Look where Diggs is. Look where Smith is. He is not covering him from that side of the field. And of course, there is no rush lane or whatever lane integrity there. Yeah, look at that middle. Middle.
Because in my
How did
mind,
they?
there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight.
I'm trying to
This is the
remember the
last
last
time
time
I
I
saw him.
saw opening like that
They got to him just as he
with
was laying
Lance
aside. He's
dropping
got to make
back.
a decision with his fourth down call.
Oh, it doesn't happen. It only happens for the CPU.
Option on fourth down, left side. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Looking to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
There we go. All right, Mr. Briggs. Somebody says, hey, I can still rush the passer, even though the rest of you can't. That was such a weird animation there. Did it not look like dude was running in a wind tunnel? And, just so he wouldn't like run past where the ball was going to hit. Is that Phillips? I think Jordan Phillips was in there on that play. That was Jordan Phillips getting there in the backfield.
And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Are we kicking another field goal here? Are we going to have 10 field goals this game?
On first down.
Apparently, because we can only get a yard per play.
Bring up a 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to
You
do.
better sell out to stop the run.
To keep them in check on that first down carry.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
What the F, man?
Time on 2nd down.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Yeah, we only see him twice a season.
He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
I don't know what he's complaining about.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And
I don't know why he seems surprised by that. We just hit a 63-yarder a minute ago.
Pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
That's right.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Miracles could happen. We could actually play some defense. Defense. Nope. No. Oh. Thank goodness for dropping the ball.
Second down.
I'm not sure why they're dropping the ball all of a sudden.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
There's that.
The tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Is anybody covering Goddard?
First down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back to throw again.
There we go.
His third of the game. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take
Trayvon says, hey, I'll win it for you. I'll take over this game for you.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Rex Grossman.
Back out onto the field, and they just continue to roll right along. Really, this yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Okay. I don't know what play to run, to be honest with you. We're getting no push by the line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And you see what they did to me right there?
On the first down run.
I'm pushing forward on the stick, and he's
straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock.
Just side to side, whatever that is. I'm like, what are you doing? Just run. And there was a wide open hole there, too. And it immediately closed. Like, as soon as we were able to get to it, it closed up.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Jair Brown who's got it. And he'll bring
that was ridiculous.
29.
Not mad at the play call. I agree with the play call. Not even mad where I threw it. Well, I'm not mad at who I threw it to. I'm mad at where the ball went. Yes.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down.
My receiver had a step, and my quarterback threw it inside towards the safety.
Fighting to stay upright. But now he's
nice.
Taken down. The Eagles will take their
not sure what was going on. But that is, this is the game we have to deal with.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Good job, Banks. Good job.
He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Nice. There you go. I don't like the shoulder, but good job, Parsons. Parsons got 3 sacks. Diggs has got 3 interceptions.
And this is dropped it incomplete. Well,
and there's the game.
Is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got banged.
We scored 18 in the second half.
Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second.
I didn't think so.
Whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close.
That's because Diggs came through for us, and Parsons finally showed up.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they
Oh, he's got 2 points. All right. I ain't mad at you. +1 carry, +3 juke. We need some truck points is what we need. I should be going for power. Because look at that. 3 sacks, 4 solo tackles, 4 tackles for loss. All of those came in the second half of the game. That was the difference. That was the difference right there, right? Diggs already had 1 pick, but he had 2 picks. So Diggs, 2 picks in the second half. Micah, 3 sacks, 4 solo tackles, and 4 tackles for loss. That was that's what I've been talking about as far as, you know, that is your X factor. That is what your X factors do, right? They impact and affect the game. You know what I mean? There were tons of plays out there that Micah and Diggs didn't do anything, but there were those moments when they did do something that completely changed and affected the game. And, those 3 sacks, not all of them were like timely, like a third down sack, but, they came in and they impacted the game and they made a difference. And then the tackles for loss also made a difference, right? And in truth, those 3 sacks were really four, right? He got 2 half sacks. So they were really four. So 4 plays, they got the quarterback down. You know, two he got did by himself, but then the other two, him and another player, were able to get the quarterback down. That is significant. And then I think that is the difference in the game. And then Diggs taking the ball away twice. We gave them the ball 3 times. I'm not happy about that, but we gave them the ball 3 times, but we took it back 2 of those times. So that really made a difference. And then basically, look at that, Diggs Allen. Devontae Smith only managed 47 yards when lined up opposite Trayvon Diggs. Why couldn't he be lined up opposite him the whole game then? The Cowboys corner won the day and the game in front of an impressed home crowd. It sure would be nice to be able to set that at the beginning of the game. Set that those little things, set them, and then knowing that would be the game plan. That's the weekly strategy, right? Our corners line up by overall, or line up by depth chart, or and then set the drop for zone coverage, right? 5 yards, not default, but 5 yards. I don't know what default is. Default obviously is stupid because it doesn't do anything. Um, and then set all that, and then in game be able to just go in and change it, right? If need be. But no. Now, this thing right here, I'm just curious about. Dallas Cowboys at Cowboys. Okay. Nobody wanted to run into Jalen Carter today in Dallas. Why is that under Micah? You know what that reminds me of in in college football, right? I did I'm still doing, but I've taken a bit of a break since Madden came out. I had a wide receiver, uh, road to glory, wide receiver, and we played a game, we won, and we broke the receptions record in I think it was just for the Pac-12, right? And the headline mentions breaking the record, but it says that it didn't do the opposing team any good. The record didn't help save the opposing team, right? And I'm like, well, that's because we set the record and won. Why does the opposing team need to benefit from us setting the record, right? Because he had 23 receptions in one game. I believe it was 23. and that set the record. Um, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, why is it just didn't make sense that headline, right? And I'm watching it and I'm like, looking at it, and I'm like, well, that just makes no sense. Come on, man. EA, can you not? Do you not have a QA department? And then we sit here and we play this, and I sit through the game complaining half 60, 70% of the time about having to tweak this, set this, do this to overcome the shortcomings. And it's like, yeah, do you not have a QA department? One that actually is any good at this point, because you're putting out some you just your product is suspect, right? And then, but it is, and sadly, it's the only one that we really have, right? And so this is a clear example why monopoly is bad, because the consumer doesn't have a choice, which means there's no competition, which means they don't have to be good because they're your only product. We can sit here and say, well, there's those couple of other football games out there, and it's like they don't make a difference. They don't push the needle one way or another. And they are far below where this one is. And they don't have all the licensing. So, what does it matter that they're out there? You know what I mean? It's Division 1, Division 3. You know what I mean? It's not Division 1, 1A. It is Division 1, Division 3. And, it's like if you want professional NFL football in a video game, this is the only choice you have. And this is why Monopoly is bad, because they don't have to be good. And sadly, they don't. They don't. They have a hard time getting there, and it's just rough sometimes. Because don't get me wrong though, because I really loved 24 and 23, and I thought 22 was on the right track. It wasn't there all the way, but I thought 23 and 24 I really liked. And that made me really hopeful for this one. And then just to see you've added some things in, you didn't do the greatest job with them, but you added things in that's kind of cool, right? They could be better. You can figure out a way to tweak those and make those better, but at least you're doing and you're trying. But for the gameplay, then to just revert back to something that's awful, as compared to last year's game. Last year, I don't know, I was able to pick it up and start playing and get into it and really enjoy it. It was different from the year before, but it was improved. That's the key. Last year's iteration was improved over the year before, in my opinion. This year's iteration is not. As a matter of fact, it is behind and worse than the last two years. And that's the part that really is frustrating, because now we sit here and I give this soliloquy for 15, 20 minutes about EA, fix your game, make it better. After I just got my 10th straight victory, which is it's like, dude, are you that demanding that you can't be happy with a victory? And it's like, yeah, I am. I am. I am that demanding, right? Because I want to enjoy the damn victory. And I'm not. I haven't. And I'm not enjoying it. So, no. And I'm sure people would rather sit here and listen to me enjoy playing the game than what they're seeing here. So let's go ahead and make sure we save this. And okay. So that is another another week of football right there. Cowboys 10-1, running away with it right now as it stands. Um, we're gonna keep playing. Micah has finally showed up for the season. Let's see what he does against the Giants next week. That's a weird schedule because it seems like except for Philly we played in week 4, but the Commanders we played like 4 weeks ago, and then we played them a couple weeks ago, and then the Giants we played like 3 weeks ago, and now we're playing them next week. That's a very weird schedule, but yeah. So that is that is where we are. Again, I don't need Parsons to lead the league. I just need him to come and play, and that is what he's done. So when it's all said and done, Diggs is now number 1 in the league in interceptions. Oh, rush yards. I don't. How did that happen? Did Harris not play? I know he was leading in touchdowns, but yards we didn't get but 50. Lance is still up there. 24 interceptions, 24 touchdowns. He probably doesn't have that many. And then Wilbin is starting to make a play or make some plays. So we will see. All right. So next up is whoops. Oh, so you can see that the Bills are number 1 seed in the AFC. We are number 1 seed in the NFC. That's not what I wanted to do. But yep, we are at the Giants. Awesome. So, and then I think that was that week 13. We got how many games we've already played? What's our record? Oh, 11. So 6 games remaining. Will I play all 6? I don't know. I don't know. I've been waiting for Micah to show up. Now that he's here, I need him to show up again. So I might end up playing all 6. You know, Lord Luigi is the only person I know that plays all 17 games of a season, right? Everyone else will sim a few games here and there. Mr. Hurricane will sim a few games here and there, and that I watch right consistently. So yeah, it's like I can never figure out how he does it because that's just a lot of games. Well, actually, T and J, um, I think also plays every game. So I try not to because I'm not the type of YouTuber that they are, right? Where they use that game voice and call the plays and everything. I sit here and complain about how poorly things are done and executed in the gameplay instead. So you have a completely different take on it, right? And it's kind of like, well, I want to be better and I will try. And then we'll do this right here. I want to choose my focus players real quick. All right, let's go to favorites, and they will not be in order, which is unfortunate. But we don't need to. I just don't know that he will be there when we're picking. So I don't think he'll be there either. Um, we already know as much as we need to know. Eason. Will Eason be available? Well, let's just go ahead just in case. So these are the guys that we really should be looking at. Look at this UDFAs because it's again, it's not the way. Um, all right, we already know. I don't think. Well, um, see, some of these guys at 40%, we could hit now and then again, right before the draft to get that up to 100%. Like if we were really interested in somebody. Um, the problem is I can't remember the name. The names right off the hand. I don't feel like grabbing my phone and seeing who I put down on there. Um, when it comes draft time, I'll know. Okay, so we'll do this instead. Middle linebacker. It's not Gardner. It's not Hillman. Who was it? It's not Thornton. I was hoping that somebody's name would just jump out at me. I'm looking at size and weight, thinking that that would stick out to me too, and it's not. Because I could have sworn whoever I was looking at was like 6'4", 6'5", and there's nobody. Well, this guy 6'4", 254, but then this guy is 6'3", 254. So that size weight, but then there's also this guy 6'3", 244, and then Sharper 6'4", 244. If I'm not mistaken, there is though. What is his name? It's not McFadden. It's like Caldwell or something like that. Um, and as we can see, was he right end? It's not him, is it? No. I think he was like 6'6", 259 or something like that. So unless they've gained weight, it's not Manny Dawson, is it? That's heavier than I remember. Ryan Walker. Yeah, see, none of these names stick out to me. And all of a sudden now, there's not there. And this is weird. This is weird. Like Duane Carroll, 6'5", 279. No. Whoever it was 6'6". That's for certain. That was the thing that was standing out to me. But he was 6'6". Oh my God. Was he a left outside linebacker? Yes, it was a left, or was he right outside linebacker? Yes. You see, this is this is why, and I think this. Yep, Chris McDonald, 6'6", 259. So we will select him, and then the middle linebacker. I'm afraid because I don't think it was Cadet. It's not Thornton. I don't, but it wasn't Sellers either. I don't think. And see, what's going to happen is we're going to miss out because I don't think it was Stephon Barnett either, right? But we have to see. Look, he is favorited. He is favorited, but so is Sellers, and so is Cadet. And oh, it is my bedtime. So we will wrap things up. Okay. So McDonald, right outside linebacker. Yeah, I had to look it up, and there it is. So Thomas and Barnett are the two middle linebackers that I'm very interested in. Thomas and Barnett. But there's also Webster and Preston at corner. So first, let's look at Thomas. Where's Thomas? Is he no longer in the draft? Okay. So Paul Thomas was one, and then Barnett is the other. And then here, um, third round, was it Webster? That looks actually right on right there, right? What's his name? Yep. When I first looked at him, he was third round. Okay, yeah. So yeah, 2-3. What am I talking about? So yeah, so Webster, and he's already on. He's top five. So guess what? That's our pick. That is our pick. Right? If he's still there when we're picking, and look at Walden, Zach Walden. Holy cow, that's a big right. And then the other guy, Brian Preston, we'll finish him out. So we'll look at that, right? And then why do I need to keep looking at corners? Because none of the ones I have can cover except for Diggs. We are the worst pass defense in the league. We need pass rushers and defenders, pass defenders. And right now, no one aside from Diggs is playing pass defense, right? And we only just got Micah rushing the quarterback again. So that's where we at. That's so yeah. Yeah, we are right there. Look at that. Dak Prescott and the Rams welcome the Falcons in our game of the week. That is hilarious. All right. Well, hey, once again, don't forget, leave a like, leave a comment. Well, if you don't agree with the things I said, feel free to say, hey, you're wrong. Johnny Boy, you are absolutely 100% wrong. And I will say, hey, an opinion is never wrong, right? Facts can be correct or not. Opinion is an opinion. You know what I mean? And, as long as I'm not sitting here trying to tell you, well, this is a fact, right? No, this is my opinion, right? You may not agree with it, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm wrong because you not agreeing with it, you can be wrong. It goes both ways. So, but right now, here we are. Leave a like, leave a comment, and please go ahead and subscribe. It's for free. It's free, and it really does help us out. Helps to keep us going. All right. I will see you guys next time, or you will hear me next time. Thanks for tuning in. You guys be good. Bye.